and welcome to Simple Spirituality PH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I'm a certified Reiki healer and an overall light worker. And before we dive into today's video, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my new videos to please hit the subscribe button over there. If you like this video later on, please give it your thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me online for now, of course, here are the details. Now, every Tuesday on my Instagram at SimpleSpiritualityPH is free Health Reiki Tuesday. So if you or anyone you know would like to have Health Reiki done, just go to at SimpleSpiritualityPH and let's get started. All information will be confidential and we'll definitely send Health Reiki to your intentions, all right? Now, every Wednesday, my one question, one card readings are 50% off. So every Tuesday, free Health Reiki. Every Wednesday, every Wednesday, 50% off on at SimpleSpiritualityPH for one question, one card readings. All right. Now, also, I have a donation button down below. Thank you to everyone who has donated thus far. You're keeping me afloat. Thank you so much. Like y'all don't know. All right. You're keeping me afloat so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to donate, you're not required to do so. You can do so though down there. That is the only link by which you can do so. All right. I have no other link other than that one below. Thank you very much. And for those of you who have donated, I would like to give you the chance to win a free, full, in-depth reading from me via email. So if you have donated, you are automatically in the running to win a free, in-depth email tarot reading from me. And we can talk about anything. We can read about anything. Your life, love life, manifesting advice if you'd like that. What else? Health. We can also do anything and everything under the sun that I can help you with, basically, to the best of my capacities. Just let me drink some iced coffee. Iced coffee that I made, it's just coffee and oat milk and a lot of ice going on because it's 1,000,000 degrees here in the Philippines. Like, y'all don't know how hot it is in the Philippines. I'm wearing a freaking tube top and my back is all wet from all of the sweat. And I apologize for the construction going on. But anyways, today's going to be a vlog type video. I think a lot of people are asking me this because I have been posting on my personal Instagram about my weight loss journey thus far. And I think I'm going to share here the steps that I actually took. All right. So I started my weight loss journey January this year. It's now May 17. Is it May 17? Yes, it's May 17. So that's a couple of months down in. That's 5 months in my weight loss journey. And when I started, I was 182 pounds. That was a lot, you guys. Like, I'm only 5 feet tall, and 182 pounds is a lot for a 5-foot tall woman. But now I'm 154 or 153. I don't know, the scale was tipping earlier today from 154 to 153. So roughly about 20 plus pounds, right? And it was actually easier than I thought. You know, in the past, I did try a couple of things to have weight loss done. I did the Chloe Ting challenge, which I did get results from. But I wasn't able to maintain it. And one of the biggest reasons I think that I wasn't able to maintain that was because I wasn't eating as properly as I should have. So here's one of the major things that I did, in order to jumpstart my weight loss. First things first, I watched what I ate. You know, when I was a kid, I actually went to a dietitian, a nutritionist, actually, because I was overweight as a child. And my mom, with her job, the dietitian program was covered, you know, so she said, okay, I was 12 years old at the time and I was severely obese. So I went to the dietitian and I lost a lot of weight. I remember it was 140 pounds then. I was 12 years old. Imagine a 12-year-old kid, 145 pounds or 140 plus pounds. And I got down to 119. So she really, I think that was very pivotal for me because she taught me how to read nutritional facts. She taught me how to stir fry, Healthily, she taught me how to use herbs. She taught me that herbs were magical, and I still think they are magical, like oregano, rosemary, thyme. They're all in my, I have like an entire herb cabinet, seasoning and herb cabinet. They taught me how magical they are, and yes, they are magical. You don't always have to use salt. Utilize your herbs because they give you different flavors. So yeah, I went to a dietitian and that worked, but that only worked up until I was in college. And in college, I boomed again, and then I never was able to bring it down a lot, like in a way that made an impact, really. And so this year, from 182 pounds, I'm now down to 154, 153, which is a lot. And the main reason for that was, so one of the main catalysts for that was that I watched what I ate. I severely reduced my intake of meat, like red meat. I don't eat pork as much, if at all. I don't eat beef as much, if at all. I don't eat chicken, red meat of chicken. If I eat chicken, I will usually take the white meat. I eat seafood, so seafood is good. Seafood is fine for me. I don't have any allergic reactions to it, you know. I eat plant-based proteins as well. You know what I mean? And energetically also, I forget who told this to me, but I think it was my Reiki master, teacher Sarah, that in terms of energy, seafood are the beings that are more accepting of the fact that they are for human consumption. So that's that. But yeah, that's a whole different story. We can talk about that also, like chakra foods, in another video. But yes, so I eliminate all. I actually entirely eliminated red meat for an entire month. From January to February, I did not eat any red meat whatsoever. No pork, no beef whatsoever. Then after that month, I started eating them a little bit in increments because I didn't want my stomach to forget how to digest that. Because sometimes when your stomach completely forgets how to digest that, what happens is when you accidentally eat that, it's going to give you a stomach ache, right? It's gonna mess up your entire system. So I would eat maybe once or twice in 2 weeks, maybe some pork or some beef, you know. Chicken was fine because there was always chicken breast here in the house, and we would always eat just fish or vegetables. I would stick to vegetables because they were plentiful. Here in the Philippines, we have a lot of vegetables, and we have a lot of good tasting vegetables. If someone tells you, by the way, that vegetables aren't good, don't listen to them because they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to make them yummy. All right? Vegetables can be good and they can be prepared healthily. So let me repeat that again. If someone tells you that vegetables don't taste good, they don't know what they're talking about. Take it from me, the chef, vegetables taste good. You just have to know how to prepare them. Don't take the word of people who say that vegetables don't taste good. All right? You can make anything taste good if you really think about how to prepare them. All right? So that was the first thing. I eliminated almost all red meat for the first month, and that really jump started it. Like I lost my first 10 pounds just by doing that alone. You know, I would say that was like a catalyst rather of me losing my first 10 pounds. The second thing that I actually did was I switched from white rice to brown rice and from white flour to whole wheat flour. Now, I'm lucky because again, I'm a chef. I know how to make my own bread. I know how to cook things, you know, I know how to prepare them properly. So I was able to make that switch very easily. Like I know how to cook brown rice. I know how to make breads and pastries from what do you call this? From whole wheat, using whole wheat, you know, especially breads, you know. And I also know how to read nutritional facts thanks to my dietitian, in the past, right? And so that I think was the second biggest catalyst. Here in the Philippines, we eat rice 3 times a day, sometimes even 4 times a day for merienda, what we call a snack. Merienda is a snack, is an afternoon snack, if you will. And so, speaking of afternoon, okay, it's 2 p.m. I have to cook at 3 p.m. So, anyways, So we eat rice almost 3 to 4 times a day, basically. And we eat heapings of them, like cups and cups and cups of rice, like loads and loads and loads of rice every single day. And we don't just eat rice, we eat white rice, the rice that has the highest, what do you call this? Is the highest sugar content, basically. The rice that is dangerous to diabetics to consume in large quantities, you know? So white rice has its benefits. It has its nutrients. It's good every now and then. But I realize how lacking in nutrients they are and how lacking in fiber it is because it's been polished, right? White rice has been polished. But when you eat brown rice, all the nutrients are there, all the fiber is there. It's less hypoglycemic, if I'm not mistaken. I forget the term, but it doesn't convert, not all of it converts to sugar. Or maybe not all, like less of it converts to sugar, right? So that translates as lower sugar content for your body. It's the same thing with white flour. So when you use whole grains, whole wheat rather, less of it turns into sugar in your body. And you also get the benefit, again, of the fiber, the cleansing fiber that your body needs, you know, because you need fiber in your body. And so I converted completely to that, to brown rice and to whole grains. I started baking my own bread in batches. I would bake the bread and freeze it for weeks at a time, because who makes bread in small quantities? You can't. You can, but you know, why go through all the effort? So every time I bake bread, it usually lasts me for about 3 weeks, that much, you know? So I think that was the second biggest thing. Like that, and the the removal of meat really jump started my weight loss journey. Like 10 pounds gone. Let me just drink some coffee. So the third thing that I did was I continued with my excuse me. I continued with my exercise. I converted from completely cardio because the initial thinking that we have is cardio is the only way to jumpstart weight loss, right? It is not the only way. It is one of the ways, and you do need cardio, you know. But I realized that switching to muscle, more on muscle weight loss is really the way to go for me. So, because I have PCOS, and I think I've discussed this in the past, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I did a little bit of research and I found out that people with PCOS, they respond greatly, like women with PCOS, they respond greatly to exercises that are more for, so I'm just stretching. We respond mostly to exercises that are focused more on legs and abs and slow repetitions, you know? So it's kind of like, excuse me, it's kind of like the anti-cardio, if you will, to be honest, because another research that I came across mentioned that mentioned to keep cardio, people with women with PCOS, they recommended to keep cardio at 20 minutes a day maximum, because you don't want to stress out your body too much to the fact that it doesn't respond to weight loss anymore. It makes sense. When your body is too stressed out from all the physical stuff that you've been doing, then it just negates itself. It doesn't want to work. Like, it won't work, basically. And so I switched to more muscles and more legs and more abs. I found the perfect workout routine for me. I'm still sticking with Chloe Ting, by the way. Chloe Ting is a godsend. I love you, Chloe Ting. I went with her 2020 Hourglass Challenge, and that also started to sculpt my body a lot. That also got me feeling more energetic for the day. And that also, I think, that was the third factor, I think, that jump started my weight loss journey. I started doing that diligently because I was actually waiting for my internship to start. And so I had all this time before my internship was going to start, and I said, I have enough time to finish an entire set of this 2020, what do you call this, 2020 Hourglass Challenge. And so I did that entire thing, and I found that I was loving it more and more, and my body was responding to it. Like, it was it was really a godsend. So that was one of the things I think that really jump started that. It got me more disciplined in terms of my body, and the discipline trickled over to what I was eating. Like the same discipline that I applied to my exercise routine also trickled over to what I was eating, to being disciplined to what I was eating. You know what I mean? So that was really good. And so for the entire time that I was waiting for my internship, for my externship rather, I did that. During my externship, I stopped because, oh my God, chefs, chefs should be Olympians. We stand anywhere from 8 to 14 hours a day. And it's not just standing, you know. My step counter would register like 10,000 steps a day, but at any given point in time, I was carrying something heavy or doing something dynamic with my body. And so for my entire externship, I didn't exercise at all. Like I didn't do any exercise program, but I lost my second set of 10 pounds during my externship. That's how tough it is to be a chef. That's how tough it is to be a chef in a hotel setting. Because, oh my God, like 10 pounds, 10 pounds. Imagine losing 10 pounds without exercising. Imagine losing 10 pounds while eating meat. That was the one thing that I actually didn't like about my externship, is that we didn't have a chance to choose whether it was fish or chicken or meat. And you would be so hungry. My first shift was actually I was 12 to 8 p.m. And so I would go into the baking department because I was assigned to the baking department. I would go into the baking department 12 noon. The next time I would go out would probably be 5 p.m. to eat dinner and lunch all at the same time. And we had one free meal, but we didn't have the liberty to choose whether it was chicken or fish. Whatever was there was there. And we didn't have any microwaves where you could, in the cafeteria, where you could heat stuff up. There wasn't any refrigerator for personal use. Like there wasn't any refrigerator dedicated to people who brought packed foods with them. So I couldn't bring my packed food either. Yeah, and there was no microwave to do that. Like literally very difficult. And if you wanted to go out, you needed to ask permission from your head, from your department head. And so that was the only thing that I disliked, was that I started to eat meat again. But imagine eating meat and still losing 10 pounds. What I did was I eliminated rice completely from eating. So I didn't eat any rice while I was there, and I would load up on vegetables. By the time I finished my externship, they would have salads and a lot of greens. So I was really happy about that. I would take like very little meat, like probably 1 to 2 small slices of that. And I would like stock up on all of the vegetables that we had there. I would stock up on all of the salads that we had there. So that was good. And some of the soup that we had there, because they also offered soup. So there, I would do that. So I would make healthy choices as well. And that's also one of the things that I did. Like a fourth thing that I did to jumpstart my weight loss journey was, even when I was outside, when I was eating outside, I would still try to make the healthier choices. Like, for example, and this is a very real scenario, fried chicken or fried fish. You only have 2 choices, fried chicken or fried fish. And you're really like dead set hungry. I would still choose the fried fish, you know. I would try to take out as much of the batter as I could, and I would eat the fried fish, you know. So the healthiest choices, I would try to make them. I would diligently choose the healthier choice. If there was no choice for rice, if there was no brown rice, which this is another qualm of mine, I do not understand why in a country where rice is the staple meal, we don't offer different kinds of rice. It doesn't make sense to me. We have rice in all of the fields in the Philippines, and yet we don't have them in all of the restaurants. But why? I would ask for brown rice. If there wasn't any brown rice, I wouldn't eat rice at all. I would just eat the food, like in a way you would, like maybe in a Chinese laureate, or in like a pika pika setting, or like a hawker type of situation, stuff like that. If there was brown rice, which was very, very unlikely, I can count like maybe 3 times only that brown rice has been offered and I took it. Yeah, I would still choose like the lesser evil. So I would really try. I made an effort to choose the lesser evil type foods throughout my entire journey, and I still do that up until today, you know? The fifth thing that I did was I eliminated sugar. Now I know that in baking, you gotta have that sugar, right? Well, not really have to, but most recipes in baking contain sugar. I substituted monk fruit for it. Sometimes it would be stevia, sometimes it would be monk fruit, but anything that required white sugar, I substituted monk fruit for it and stevia. Just a tip, you can also use isomalts as a substitute when you're baking. So again, take it from a chef. Anything that uses white sugar, you can substitute isomalt for it. Or what I did, I used monk fruit, or again, monk fruit or stevia. So either one. If the recipe had white sugar in it, I substituted the substitutes. And it'll work just fine. It'll still give you a desirable, in fact, a lovely taste for that matter. And before we end the video, so one of the things that I also did was I tried to research more about preparing healthier foods. And now it's actually been, now I think it's an advocacy of mine to eat healthily, to make the world understand that you can eat healthily and not sacrifice taste. I'm big on taste. I'm a chef. Of course I will cook for the taste. My primary concern is the taste, to be honest. So if it doesn't taste good, I'm not eating it. And I shouldn't have to sacrifice on taste just because it's healthy. But one of the things that I actually did take to heart was to research on how to prepare, how to prepare foods that were healthy. One of the things that I realized that a lot of people in a lot of restaurants will pass off healthy just because it's made out of vegetables. Like people will say, this is a healthy option, but you see that the vegetable is fried. Or this is a healthy salad, but you see that the dressing contains like 5 tablespoons of sugar. Are you kidding me? Another thing, like people will say, oh, this is a healthier choice. It's fish, but it's deep fried in beer batter. What? That's not healthy. So you have to be also very knowledgeable when it comes to what you're putting in your body. If you want to make it serious, if you want to make your weight loss serious, and if you want a healthier body for yourself. Because I think a healthy body is also a sign of self-love. That's one of the things that we've been advocating here. We advocate self-love here on this channel over the years. We've been telling ourselves that self-love is the way to go. And if you love your body so much, then learn to listen to it. Learn how to take care of it. Learn how to ask it, what do you need? What do you want? How can I take care of you? How can I feed you properly? How can I hydrate you? How can I make you look good and sexy and feel good and feel sexy? How can I make you healthy so that all your blood tests are fine? How can I make you manifest how good and how healthy you feel so that you look amazing on the outside? That's what real self-love is. When you finally find what it takes, when you finally listen, when you finally listen and follow through with the things that will make your body healthy. I think that's a very large part of self-love. Eating is great. I love eating. I love cheese. I love deep fried stuff. I love pork. I love Spam. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I love myself. I love myself more than any of that, And I'm not saying that I can't have any of that, but I will probably have one of that. Like, I'll probably eat like a deep fried pork chop maybe once a month. I don't I will not deprive myself of that. I will eat it once a month. I'll eat it with white rice, steaming hot white rice, and cheese on top. How's that? Right? But I won't do it every day. Why? Because I love myself enough to say that the other foods, like my vegetables that I eat every day, are also good. They also taste good. I formulated that recipe, and I know that's going to do well for my body. I know it's going to give me great skin, which another thing, a lot of people have been telling me that I look really, really young. And all I can say is, thank you, vegetables. Thank you, meditation. Thank you, water. Thank you, exercise. It's not found in a bottle, you guys. It's found in your food and your lifestyle. And so, yeah, I'm blabbering on, but that is the journey that I took thus far. I'm still continuing it up to now because I'm not actually at the weight that I want just yet. I plan to lose a lot more weight than just 20 pounds, a lot more weight than just 28 pounds because I'm still obese, you know. I'm 5, my height is 5, but my weight is 153. That's not exactly the perfect weight just yet, but I mean, like, ideal rather. That's the term. That's not the ideal weight just yet. And I do plan to make myself stronger, like more toned, stronger, looking sexier. I have an hourglass figure and I want to enhance that. I would like to feel healthier, and I would like for all of my blood tests to be like perfect because I'm 35. I'm reaching 35 in a couple of days. My birthday's on the 29th. I'm reaching 35 and I want to give myself the gift of perfect health and perfect sexiness and a perfect body. You know, I love my body now, and that's why I'm supporting it towards going to the goal that I want. And throughout this entire journey, I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is to love my body more. I realized how angry I was at my body for not being at the perfect shape that it was, and the perfect size that it was, and for not working as well as I'd like it to. But I realized that if my body were a separate entity from me, right, they would never work if I was angry at them. Like, if you were angry at someone, would that someone do a favor for you? No. So I realized that one of the things that I have to do, or not really, well, yes, have to do, and one of the things that I learned is how to really embrace my body, to really love my body at every stage. I learned how to really thank my body for working, for how it has been working. I learned how to appreciate my body more, especially when I went on to my externship, because oh my god, there would be days when I would be hurting. I would be I would be ready for bed, like ready to sleep, and my body would be aching in all the different places. And the only thing I could say was, thank you so much that you didn't give up on me today. Thank you to my body that you didn't give up on me today. You could have broken down, but you're not. You're just aching. And you lasted so long. I didn't get sick in any of that time that I had my externship. A lot of people got sick because it's such a, it's such a traumatic experience for your body to work like that, to be like a workhorse like that. But I never got sick. And it was probably because I used to exercise too. And my endurance is really, really strong. And I have a mindset that my endurance is strong. So I manifest it consciously, right? But I really learned how to appreciate and thank my body for working as well as it has. And if sometimes I would feel really bad, like really sore all over, I tell my body, thank you that you didn't give up on me. You know, I know that I abused you so much by working so much today, but I'm still thanking you. And so I learned how to be more thankful and grateful for my body. And now I can really say that I love my body. 153 pounds, I don't look that bad. Even when I was 182, I was still a stunner. So, I mean, have that mindset, right? And so now I'm not mad at my body anymore. And I'm looking forward to being more in love with it every day, no matter what weight, no matter what size. But the goal is to be healthier. The goal is to be sexier. The goal is to be better, all in all. Like more love, more self-love, all in all. So yeah, that was my body journey thus far, and I'm still continuing it. Like this morning, I had brown rice and I had a keto ube pandesal, no sugar, almond flour, keto cheese. Pretty good. Oh, wait, no, I didn't have brown rice. I had oats, by the way. And if you guys want, I can show you some recipes here too. Like when we have a video talking about chakra foods, I can show you some of the recipes, excuse me, that I've devised that I eat and that are really, really yummy. Like not sacrificing flavor, because that's the worst thing in the world, to eat healthily and sacrifice flavor. No, we eat healthily with full flavor, all right? And still have that healthy, all right? So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. If you would like to receive notifications of my new videos, please hit the subscribe button over there. Or if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me online for now, of course, here are the details. Now, every Tuesday, free Health Reiki Tuesday on @SimpleSpiritualityPH on Instagram. Every Wednesday, we have 50% off on one question, one card readings. And if you want to donate, you're not required to do so. But if you want to, thank you so much. The link is down below. That is the only link by which you can do so. And for everyone who has donated thus far, you are automatically in the running to win a free, full, in-depth reading with me via email. All right, I'll just notify you if you're the winner. And I will see you guys next time. Ciao for now. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. Love on yourself a little bit more. Yes, you can indulge, but treat it like a treat. Treat it like something that you're going to look forward to. Because also, if it's available like 100% of the time, then it's not a treat anymore. Right? So yeah, ciao for now.